Hello everybody, this is Phobos bringing you a Team League game here submitted to us by Trilobite. As you can tell here in the red Zerg position. So without further ado, let's get into this. Now I'm the only one casting this 4v4 today, so this is going to be quite the trial for me. Anyway, we do have Trilobite as the red Zerg, and on his team we have Belvalhor as the purple Protoss, and Dexter as the light blue or teal Terran, and then we have Zero as the blue Protoss, and that is Team 1. On the bottom side we have Emperor as the pink Zerg. We have Izan Cheng as the orange Protoss. We have LZQ as the yellow Protoss, and we have Star Hunter as the green Terran. Alright, and we do have various scouts going out across the board. That's pretty much the only thing that happens at this early in the game. And apparently Zero didn't block his entrance. Don't block the entrance. Okay. Just get units to protect me. Alright, that seems to be putting a burden on what's his name? Zero, whatever. But, you know, if he's going for ultras, he probably does need that protection. We do see the double racks coming out for Star Hunter. Pylon. And you know what? I'm going to bring up that production tab. That is a big tab. Gateway coming down for Izon Cheng. I'm just going to call him Cheng because that's going to be a lot easier for me. And Emperor out with the spawning pool. So no one looks like LZQ is taking an early expansion here, so we're not planning on seeing a whole lot of aggression coming from him. And that was scouted. Do have the 1 racks from Dexter. And the Gateway and Cybernetics Core coming down for Belfador now. A fast expansion coming back for Trilobite, but since he's Zerg, that's probably fairly common. They certainly have high hopes on their chances for this game. Now I do these cold casts because I can't stand casting a game where I know what happens. We do have some static defense coming down for Emperor now. That Gateway with the first Zealot is coming out for Cheng. Fast Forge. Forge first for LZQ. Probably does want some static D for that expansion there. We do have the quadruple racks. 4 racks coming out for Star Hunter here. He does have a handful of Marines. Do have the double barracks for Dexter. And we see another Gateway going down for Belfador, as well as that first Stalker checking for pylons and such. That expansion's almost done. We do see both gases up for Trilobite here. And what is this? Twilight Council coming down for Zero L. Still not sure how I pronounce that. Not a lot coming down from Emperor at this point, mostly just droning up here. He is getting a bunch of Zerglings though, maybe hoping to get some early harassment done, but at this stage in the game I bet you most static D is already up. Do have a Baneling nest coming down for him though, so maybe a Baneling bus. Do see a tech lab coming down for Dexter, as well as a factory and an engineering bay. Have that forge and a 4-gate coming out for Belfador. Whatever. No additional tech coming out from Trilobite yet. 2 additional Gateway, and Blink is being chrono boosted for Zero. Another another Racks coming down for Star Hunter, as well as that Tech Lab, but he's not grabbing any upgrades yet. I bet you he's going for that Stim Pack first, and he does need that 100 gas. He is moving out quite a few Marines here, about 17 Marines. Grabbing that tower, it's a very good choice. I always recommend that. I'm surprised the other tower hasn't been grabbed yet. And we do see a lot of harassment coming down for Trilobite here. He is going to lose that Expo. Do have some Zerglings coming out, but looks like they're just going to head on out of there. A lot of Marines going down here. Those Stalkers are able to repel Marines really well, actually. If I were Star Hunter, I would have actually pushed with those Zerglings. It would have been much more aggressive. We do have some Banelings mixed in with those Zerglings now, and Belfador is leading the charge here, saying we need to get out of here. Pylon does go down, but those Banelings didn't do a whole lot of damage. Those Banelings aren't very effective against Protoss, but looks like they are going to run into that mineral line. But only one of them's alive at this point, and I'm afraid he is going to get picked off before doing any damage. Do have some additional forces moving out for Dexter and Belfador. He is, with all those barracks though, Star Hunter is able to resupply his army very quickly. We do have another expansion from LZQ, and he is just going nuts with those photon cannons. His only defense has been in photon cannons so far. Don't have just no expansion from Emperor yet, which I'm fairly surprised at. We do see an evolution chamber coming down, maybe getting some spore crawlers or hoping to tech up. We do have a Stargate up for Cheng, as well as a 3-gate with some small army here for defense. He does have this expansion up. And Belfador says we need to put a pressure back on our opponents. Whereas Trilobite's saying, hey, we just need to chill out for a little bit more. Macro up, maybe. Everybody's just churning out some units. Dexter does take the island, it's not an island, does take this expansion here on the edge, but Star Hunter is doing the same thing. What do we have for Dexter? We have quite a couple, the factory and the starport now, so he is teching up pretty well. You have a Robo Bay up for Belfador. Don't know if he's done anything with that yet. He is grabbing +1 armor upgrade. And he has already grabbed the +1 weapons. You have a sizable force of Protoss units from Zero sitting here at this watchtower. Looks like he is going to attempt to expand here. You have another chunk of units here. They're within fairly close distance, very able to reinforce each other. I like this positioning really well, actually. Do you have LZQ is just, I'm not sure what he's doing. He's going cannons and mass expand. I don't know if he's just money dumping to his allies and hoping to boost their economy. We do have the Twilight Council robotics facility out for Cheng here, and Belfador wants those ultras up now. We do see the factory and starport out for Star Hunter as well. Doesn't look like he's doing anything with them yet, but the options are open to him here at this point. These forces are guarding this expansion. And it looks like his Ultra Den is finished. That is a lot of drones. He needs to get some of those drones onto another expansion there. Do have a bunch of tech coming out for both Dexter and Star Hunter here, as well as some Void Rays coming out for Cheng. He looks like Trilobite here is upgrading those Ultralisks pretty hard, grabbing the +1 armor. I'm surprised he's not getting the +1 +2 now level armor upgrades. Once those ultras get fully upgraded, they are very hard to take down. Now we see something coming for Emperor now. He looks like he has expanded finally. He does have Hydralisk Den. He's getting he has gotten the range upgrade, but I don't see a lot of forces. He does have 5 Ultralisks out, and looks like he is droning up pretty hard as well. He is getting burrow research. That is a lot of photon cannons. I don't know what he plans to do with so much static defense. We do have the Ultralisks out, and it looks like we are seeing a push here. Those tanks are in a nice position, providing support. Looks like green is in a lot of trouble. These stalkers are blocking these Ultralisks, making them totally ineffective at this point. And it looks like, oh, who is this? Zero is just completely unaware of this, and we do see Star Hunter just leave the game. Looks like he didn't get the help he needed from his allies, and he's gonna pay for it. We do see a lot of Stargates pumping out a lot of Void Rays from LZQ here, but there are a lot of Stalkers here as well. But he needs to focus on those Void Rays right now, or they will go down. We do have a lot more Void Rays here in the back. Not Void Ray Stalkers, but we have another round of Void Rays coming out. And they're just going to turtle up. Maybe wait for some more. Those Ultralisks are just totally demolished Star Hunter's base here. Those Marines need to focus down those Void Rays really fast. They are going to work on them. You do see finally some reinforcements from Chang here, but they are being repelled because they do not have the high ground advantage. But it looks like the Marines have been taken out. A couple more coming in here, finishing off that last Void Ray, and these Ultras are just shredding this base. We do see one go down there, but we're seeing continuous reinforcements from Belfador. These Hydralisks do not have enough numbers to take on these combined forces, and we do see a command to focus down those Void Rays, which is not happening. There we go. Those Hydralisks are so hard to use off creep. They're getting totally wiped out here. Looks like we're seeing a retreat from the Ultralisk, maybe swing around and attack this other side. We have a lot of Zerglings moving out. They are going to go down pretty quick if they get caught in that cannon fire, though. And they just get shredded by these Hydralisks. So it looks like it is down 3 to 4 here. We do have this small amount of mining come from Star Hunter, but he's not even in the game at this point. Do have constant forces streaming out of Dexter's base as well as Belfador's. See a lot of probes here. A lot of probes coming from Zero. Needs to take another expansion, maybe one of these golds. More Ultralisks on the way in. Looks like they're gonna... Where are they going? Looks like they might move to wipe out these expansions. Oh boy. Those Void Rays are being so powerful. With that Colossus support, they're just a death ball. They need to focus those down right now. We're losing a lot of Ultralisks to those. Looks like the Void Rays are going to fend that off. Looks like both Dexter, or Belfador, and Zero need to focus on Stalkers here. That is a lot of Void Rays coming out from both LZQ and no, we're just seeing, oh, and Chang here. Looks like it's their only viable defense at this point. We see some more Ultras. He needs to stop making those Marauders and focus on Marines here. for Dexter. We do have some Vikings out to provide some anti-air. Maybe fend off a couple of those. Do see an attack going down from Trilobite on these Stargates. Very good decision. Just needs to knock out the production capabilities of these starports. We do see a lot of Void Rays here, and they're going to focus down those those Stalkers very quickly. These Ultralisks hopefully can hurry up and finish off these Stargates before those Void Rays kill them. Looks like they are going to go down. Oh no, just get that. It's got 34 health. Get it. Yeah, there we go. And with the production, the Stargates killed off, he did lose all those Ultras, but we're going to see a major cutback here on these Void Rays with the loss of all those Stargates. We still have a lot of probes here. More Ultras, a lot of drones sitting over here for whatever reason. Needs to take another expansion. Do have some Hydralisks moving out into Zero's expansion here. He needs to pull some of these probes down into that expansion. Those Stalkers are going to get messed up pretty quick, as well as those Zealots actually. But those Colossus should take care of those Hydralisks very quickly. Yep, and down they go. Need to be careful with those Zerglings. They are light units, but in mass they're pretty dangerous. Looks like Emperor did lose a lot of money and resources in that attack. Wasn't able to do a whole lot of damage, and we're seeing a counter push coming from Trilobite against Emperor, and this expo is dead. Might be able to push into this expansion as well. I'm not seeing a whole lot of defense here. We do see Cheng taking the gold expansion and Dexter taking the other one. There's still no probe split from that oversaturated secondary for Zero though. And this expansion is going down. Do have a lot of Void Rays coming in, but there's a lot of Vikings here. And it looks like those Vikings are going to tear up those Void Rays with the Stalker support. Excellent team play right there. Snipe down that Overlord. And looks like we have a lot of forces to protect this gold expansion here. But this this base is mined out and has been forced down to one base here. So Emperor is in a tight spot here. More Ultralisks moving out. Doesn't want to engage those Void Rays, because you know that's not a very good idea. Do see a scouting Ultralisk go out. Maybe do some damage here. Oh, Andy Burrows. I don't see how you can spot like that big of a hole in the ground, but hey, whatever. You do see pressure coming onto this expansion from Belfador for LZQ. It looks like this expansion is going to go down. These Void Raids are coming in, but there are a lot of Stalkers and Marines and Vikings in this mix. I think with all this anti-air, there's just too many. Yep, and LZQ says good game and gets up and leaves. We do see a confrontation going down here. Major battle. If Trilobite can swing those Ultralisks in the back, that'll make it much easier for his allies here, but it does look like who is going to pull through on this one? It looks like those Void Rays are down, so these Vikings are pretty much useless. They are meat shields at this point, and it looks like Belfador is pulling the concave. There are the Ultralisks with a Zero for backup, and it looks like forces got cut down pretty quickly. Emperor has left the game, and there goes Cheng. Well, this has been Phobos bringing you our first 4v4. I hope I covered things well enough. If you have any comments, feedback, ideas, or want us to cast one of your games, send the replay or any other, information, comments. We still have that Ultralisk right there. That's cool. Anyway, send it to BronzeLeaguePerspective@hotmail.com. Again, that's BronzeLeaguePerspective@hotmail.com. Thank you for joining me, and hopefully we'll see you again.